currently Monday. Happy Monday to you all. It is like what 10:40. Well, I don't even want to talk about time. Time just go by fast. It was like literally 10:41 when I was sitting here writing taking some notes down. It's 10:52. Unless my stove. I don't know. That's probably about right. I think it's about 10:55 now because my stove clock is like two minutes a little shorter or back than my cell phone, so it's probably like 10:55. But like I say, time just seems to be flying. Um, Today is my off day. I'm currently washing, doing some laundry right now. I feel like this seems like it's a 2 weeks worth of laundry. The girl just been tired. I have been working nonstop. Been working both jobs this past weekend. I notice my weekends I'm always working either one of the jobs or the other. Thankful for a job, but like I say, it can get overwhelming and draining sometimes, and it can affect you mentally, if you let it. But overall, I have met some amazing people, guests at both jobs this past weekend. It's just been a pleasure servicing, the people at my part-time job, which is my second job this past weekend. I worked at Friday and Saturday. Yeah, Friday and Saturday. I just did 2 days there. And of course, my full-time job, I mostly work, full-time, which is 5 days or 6 days out of a week. It just depends on the business-wise or, what they schedule me the days to work. I'm noticing a lot of people, I don't know, I think most people, when you being raised a certain way, like I notice, like, when you servicing people and you, when they get through eating, you reuse it, tell them to leave a plate on the table. A lot of them got a habit of bringing their plate up to us at the bar. And I was telling the guy, guest yesterday, I like, sir, it's okay. I would have came and got the plate. You could have just left it on the table. Oh, no. My mom wouldn't. I don't know. I think people not used to being either service, like where they, because I feel like overall, the people that work around me, we do provide great service, and especially in this day and time, I hear so many people talk about that the service not great. I think it just depends on where you go, but also people got to look at that. A lot of places are understaffed, so you can't just really put everybody in the same category as the service is bad. You just never know what that particular server have to deal with, like behind the scenes. Like some servers might have to work multiple shifts or take extra shifts when somebody called out, or because things happen outside of work. Life happens. Life be life for a lot of adults, and so most times when you as a server or whatever you do, but definitely because I can only speak for the server part because that's pretty much what I've been doing these last few years. I have had, sometimes people called out and I might have to do two different shifts. Like it been times where at the first job I have to work the banquets and the restaurant by myself. So it can be kind of draining, overwhelming, but with me, I still carry a positive attitude. Like I still smile, and they wouldn't even know that I'm dealing with, like, literally my body this past week just been crying for help, telling me you need to rest. But I still just kept going because I know I got to do this for me. I got to make sure I'm good, take care of myself, because ain't nobody gonna take care of you the way you take care of yourself and look after you the way you look for yourself. But I just wish people could kind of be mindful of sometimes the things they say when they come down to people that's working in whatever industry. Places are short staffed. Give people grace. We don't never acknowledge people that choosing to come back to work. Like a lot of people, like I say, when the pandemic happened, a lot of people just went on and if they got laid off from work, they just went on and started their own business, or just started doing their own the hustle on the side, and they never came back to work. And so I feel like the ones that did chose to come back, after a layoff, give them grace. We don't give people grace enough. Sometimes people tend to complain about what people not doing, but look at the ones that chose to come back and service you, or it's I look at things differently. My mindset is a lot different. Everybody to each his own. Everybody have a different mindset. But I just wish people can learn to be more understanding and give people grace, because it is hard. And most times, I notice even as a server, but I think, like I said, I just speak on it now. We do get burnt out sometimes. You're trying to make sure you provide great customer service, make sure you being top tier, make sure people, hopefully, hoping that people could come back. That way, businesses, you can still have a job and make sure people choose to come back. But the thing is, you have to deal with negative attitude sometimes. Not everybody gonna be nice to you. Sometimes people come in have the worst attitude. You still gotta smile, and they don't, they go off, sometimes for no reason. So people that's in the industry, just in the service industry, period, even if they're a food server, a customer service agent, whatever field they in, give them grace, because they have to deal with a lot behind the scenes. But other than that, I was just sitting here thinking about something. I was planning out. I said I'm gonna put myself on the coffee noise here good every time. I know I really wasn't even supposed to drink a second cup, but hey, I'm at home, so it is what I really needed, that boost of energy today. I was putting myself on a 90-day plan on content. And I think I'm going to stick to that, because I've been saying I'm going to try to stick to it. I think I've been saying if I want to continue to grow, or maybe build a following, or just continue to keep growing, I got to put myself on a plan or a schedule where I can, because I have heard even some of the biggest creators say when they first started out, they just kept posting. I felt like I used to do a lot of that back then. It's like before I moved into my own. It's like I've been I ain't gonna say I feel like I've been doing pretty well, especially for somebody working 2 jobs and trying to build their own dream outside of 2 jobs. That's a lot. So I am giving myself grace, but I do notice in some areas that I'm not, when it come down to creating, I'm not posting like I used to. Like y'all used to get like at least four videos in 1 week from me. If it was 2 vlogs and 3 shorts, or 2 shorts, 2 vlogs, I got to get back in the habit, So I was setting myself up before I tuned in with y'all probably saw me writing. I was basically taking some notes down and looking on my tablet and trying to see if I can get myself set on a 90-day content creation plan. That's for both platforms. Even, I don't know, Instagram and that's another thing I probably it's just one thing I'm learning, and I was going to share this because I'm going to start a series on my channel. It was gonna be like a little chit chat, like every now and then I was gonna just open up. But I'm gonna do that kind of series, like every now and then y'all might just get like a video of me just opening up, chatting about like when I'm learning about life and people. I'm gonna include that on there on my channel, hopefully to see would it help me grow. I know one of the queens mentioned to me over a year or 2 ago to tell that I should maybe start like a podcast. And it's not going to be a podcast, because really I'm just trying to grow this channel right now. I don't want to start a whole new channel, start all over. If I can just continue to work on growing this one, and maybe, share different ideas and just, show more than just vlogs and me getting ready for work. Because that's pretty much y'all really see a lot over here is me getting ready for work, morning routines, morning routine on my all day, me at work, makeup every now and then, hair videos. I do want to include other stuff on here as well. I know y'all know I told you I didn't want to niche down, because I just like to do some of everything over here. Every now and then I might give y'all a little haul, or Dollar Tree haul, Kroger, whatever grocery haul I'm doing. I just like to kind of do more than one thing. I just don't want to just stick to just makeup, because everybody might not like to wear makeup. Everybody might not do their own hair. I just try to do some of everything, because, I know, like I said, again, most of you all have subscribed to me for different reasons, or different things that I might have done in the past. But I do want to start, because it be so much stuff I be wanting to talk about, and I know I can't really share everything in my vlogs. But one thing I'm learning is, and y'all might hear me talk about this all the time. I had woke up this morning, I saw a video that was shared on Instagram, and I don't know, I was just checking anyway, because I know it's not a good idea to get straight up and check your emails and stuff, but I do, like I said, I do read my Bible app as well, but I was just checking my email to make sure certain stuff, because some of my emails, they be very important, so I have to make sure I'm, checking on those, because, making sure if someone's trying to reach me or whatever, or, just in general, I just want to make sure I'm reading my emails, because I do, like I say, people do connect with me, or, emails, checking my emails is important for me. I'm going to say it like that. But I was listening to a reel. It was like a 1 minute, 15 second reel of a lady was speaking. On how when you start your own business or brand, support come from strangers. And she was also going in saying that it's really sad when you have when people knowing, like if it's friends or family members, whoever, knowing when you starting a business or a brand or whatever it is you're trying to do. If you're trying to become a singer and you're trying to get that record deal, or you doing it, you promoting it from the ground up, like you're doing it on your own, like you're not reaching out to other producers that been in the game for so long, but you starting out on your own and you just trying to, put your music out there. For instance, I'm just using this as an example. She was saying it's really sad how the ones that know you, that's closest to you, and it's not everybody, because overall, some of the people that know me personally, I have a certain support system. I'm gonna say it like that. Not everybody that know me support, like me, creating in this content creation space. And so the lady was saying it's really sad how people will go on celebrities' pages and, comment, or, they go to watch, pay all this money to see these people perform, and these celebrities don't even know that they exist. Like, you rather brag about, or, you talking about, hey, so, just, I get where she was coming from, because I noticed that. I've been saying that from ages now, where people that know you personally, they won't share they won't share like your vision. Like if you just wrote a new book, for instance. Like I actually wrote 2 books in my past a couple years ago, and I remember I tried to promote my book the best way as what I could. A lot of people that knew me personally kept saying, "Oh, congratulations!" Like some of them congratulating me. Don't get me wrong, but you think out of all those congratulations that I had, and this was some of the people that went to school with me, high school, and up north, not now person purchased the book, and that my book wasn't even expensive. I think the book was I had that book on sale for like $5, And it's just really sad, because I could definitely understand where the lady coming from when she was like, not everybody that, when you started something, these people rather support celebrities that don't know they exist than they support the person that they grew up with. She's saying not that it's just sometimes people not going to be happy for you the way you think they should be happy. Like they'll rather support a total stranger before they support you, because they think that they know your story, And it is true, because most times your support system is not going to come from people that know you all the time. For some, now if you do got a good support system and you got some good friends in your life or family, whoever, precious them people, and thank God for them, because most of the time some people wish they had that. But like I say, when you started something and something that you never did, or people never, they're not going to support you. It's not that sometimes they could be jealous, or they just not going to be happy for you. They don't think that you can do it. And that's one thing I even look at myself. I have gotten to the place where I stop worrying about who's tuning in or who want to follow me. Like I lose people every day on all my platforms. I just lost a subscriber off of TikTok, Instagram. Instagram really I just post time to time on there. Every blue moon, YouTube I lose a couple people. But I'm learning that my journey is not for everybody to understand, and I got to be okay with that. I just feel like the ones that show up when they can, or the ones that still sticking around and hanging around, I got to appreciate those people because I know why I'm doing this. I know why, you know. I mean, a lot of people, when they say they starting out something, they was called to do these things, and I'm not going to stop doing what I enjoy doing because I know I have met some amazing people doing these things. And I'm just okay with that. Like, I can't please everybody. I'm not going to be liked by everybody. And I just feel like whatever you're doing in life, you're not going to be liked by everybody, you know. I'm not trying to gain fame from doing it. It's just something that I just enjoy doing, you know. I just like talking to people, you know, and communicating, and hopefully that I share a message maybe to encourage someone to keep going in their life or whatever they're trying to do. But my thing is, you can't expect everybody to understand your journey. Like, everybody not just gonna be happy for you, and sometimes you have to be okay with that. And one thing I'm learning, one thing I love Maya Angelou. That was one of my favorite authors. You know, may she continue to rest in peace. I was introduced to her when I was like 13, 14 years old, because at that time, might have been younger than that, when I used to watch Sesame Street. Y'all know she used to always be on Sesame Street. And when I say some of her poetry, the poems, they really hit, and they really, even the quotes she have used. When a person show you their true colors, believe them. And it is so true. Sometimes we want people to understand, and we want people to see the greatness of what's in store with us. But sometimes you just can't make people understand your journey. Like, you can't, that's not for you to do. Like, you can't make everybody wants to be in, you know, wants to, try to see how to say. You can't make everybody want to support you, you know. And most people looking at support as financial wise. It don't have to be financial wise, because one thing about me, I don't really ask nobody for nothing. I get out here, I go out and get it. It be rain, sleet, and snow. I'm getting up, I'm going to go work, make my money or whatever. I don't really ask nobody for nothing. But my thing is, people look at sometimes support as you asking people financially. It don't have to be like that. When a person trying to build a dream for themselves and a brand outside of working a job, you know, why not share their information? Why not share they page or something? Say, hey, so and so, you know, she sharing some good some tips or pointers you can hear. Or, hey, he's sharing some good ideas or something. Hey, y'all check his page out or whatever. Most people won't even do that because they see. I think what it is, when something never worked for one person, they'll project that energy off on you. And I'm like this, just because it didn't work out for you, that don't mean that I'm a failed at it. You know, I feel like when you put hard work into something, you got to keep going. Just because it didn't work out the way you thought it would work out in your life, that don't mean that you can project that energy off on the next person. Because everybody was born with some type of talent or gift. And I get so sick and tired of people say, hey, I don't have no talent. No, it's something you enjoy doing. It might not be the same as, you know, like, you got people like write poetry, you got artists, you got photography. That's a skill. You enjoy taking pictures or capturing images or something. What else? Singing, that's a talent. Rapping, you know, whatever it is. Storytelling, writing books. It's skills, you know. And I feel like most people, we waste, and I'm glad I'm learning not to waste my life. I'm glad that I'm learning. I'm glad at 30, God showed me that it's time to start moving in my purpose, you know. So my thing is, if something don't work out for the next person, that don't mean that it's gonna work. That it's not gonna work out for you. Whatever it is that you want to do, I talk about this all the time. We got to put the work in. We got to stop letting fear get the best of us, you know. And that's one thing I say. I'm learning every day that I got to keep going. You know, it hurts sometimes because I feel like I'm not where I should be. But I'm also thanking God I'm not where I used to be, because I have came a long way in my life. Like I say, at 41 years old, I'm better than where I come from. And I feel like if I never went through these things in my life, I won't have a story to tell. So I feel like life can teach you lessons, and also some things can turn to a blessing. So I don't really indulge or and worry about who gonna like this, like that. That's the same way with creating videos. I have gotten to the point now I don't even worry about coming on camera looking perfect. Y'all sometimes see me like now I'm at home. Why would I want to come on camera with a full face of makeup? Even though y'all know I love makeup. But really, only time if I'm at home if I'm creating a makeup chit chat video, most time I like to be free. Look at it, even my hair. We gotta get some maintenance done with this hair. But my thing is, be okay with who you are. Do what you want to do in life, whatever it is you want to do. Just never give up on your purpose and your dreams. Stop believing or stop letting people tell you that you can't do this because it didn't work out for them. No, it's going to work out for you as long as you keep putting the work into it, And so I was thinking about that. That really touched me watching that video because I was going to speak more on this. And I might re-talk about this on this series that I'm going to start doing. But yeah, we just got to learn to just let people be and just keep it moving because if not, we'll never get to where we need to go if we continue to worry about who's going to support us or who's going to promote our brand or something. You have to promote yourself. You are your brand and you just have to be okay with that. Like I watched Jackie Iron. There's so many big creators that have been doing this, been in this game longer than me, been doing this for 10, 11 years, and they kept going. They didn't give up. And one thing I do say, because sometimes people worry about the money right away, like, even with me, like I don't make money creating content. I just enjoy doing this. Now, if it turns the way around, if I be blessed to be monetized and make money doing my videos, hey, that's fine. But this is just something I enjoy doing. A lot of creators, when they first started out, they wasn't looking to get paid. I was watching some videos probably back in 2012. It looked like it was a great era to be in. But like I said, I didn't get introduced to YouTube until 2020. They just kept doing it. They just kept showing their craft. Whatever was skill they did, they just kept coming on the camera doing it. They wasn't looking for money, but they kept going. And I just tell anybody, whatever it is you do, your reward, your hard work gonna be paid off. But just keep going. Just keep going. You never know who you might impact or who you might touch. So that's just a little morning chat story. I just kind of wanted to share with some words of encouragement. But yeah, I need to work on a short form video right now. So I'll be talking to you all.